A Swift Kick in the Ass, episode 151. Life is challenging and difficult. No one gets out alive. Time to suck it up, Buttercup. Get ready for a monster-sized boot, aimed to help you get traction on personal change and get living. I am John Curran, your host. Join me as I share my journey, exploring the forces that motivate us to change and help us get through whatever life throws at us. A swift kick in the ass. Life on your terms. Welcome to another episode of A Swift Kick in the Ass. This is your host, John Curran, and today's episode, I just called you a motherfucker. What are you going to do? I don't usually cuss. I don't usually drop the F-bomb, but it seemed appropriate here. So I apologize if I just dropped it. That's why I've been marking these explicit. Anyhow, so I just called you this. Bad name. What are you going to do? Well, in my circle, honestly, people who are calling me that are typically my really, really good friends. And I'm probably going to give them a hug and say, hey, guy, hey, how's it going? Haven't seen you in a long time. You know, or on the opposite side, they're looking for a fight. And you know what? I'm going to say bring it on. Because I'm not going to go looking for a fight, but this person is looking for it. So people are calling you out. They're calling you names you don't like. So I'm going to give out another example. I just called you a pansy. I just called you a frickin' pansy. Now what? Well, you don't know it, but I just complimented you because I think that pansies are actually like the most underrated flower because, you know, they're always looked at as being weak. You know, like, people don't want to be called a pansy. It's not a good thing. But they're very sturdy flowers, and they can be subjected to a lot and make it through and still look good. You know, so it was actually a compliment. You know, I'm not putting you down. I'm not saying you're a wimp. Or maybe I am. Maybe I'm trying to test you and trying to get something by on you. And you know I am because maybe not get something by on you, but I'm trying to get you to think. Because that's what a life on your terms is all about. It's about getting you thinking about what your current situation or condition is so that you can take steps to make the best out of it and make the best out of your life. Now, I guess maybe sometimes I feel a little bit aggressive. And, I am taking, mixed martial arts now. I go twice a week with my son. He's just turned 13 years old, and he'll be a second degree black belt in Taekwondo in February, I think. But in any case, he's a 13-year-old black belt. He's not Bruce Lee, and if you heard me put him down, he maybe now want to stand up for himself. He's really making huge progress, and really just it's starting to click for him. So I think that's actually one good example of persistence and just showing up and keep working at it. And you keep building upon your experience, and you, without even realizing it, you move to these different levels and different phases of learning. And before you know it, you really are doing it like no one else. So I got off course with that, but I want you to stand up for yourself. I want you, if calling you a pansy kind of raised the hair on the back of your neck, you got pissed, and you're like, oh, you're ready to fight, maybe not physically, but maybe verbally, and say, hey, John, you just crossed the line. Hey, you know what? This is the intent. I want you to stand up for yourself, because if you want to change your life, you are going to have to stand up to yourself. You are going to have to tell yourself, screw this bullshit. I'm tired of living this way. I can't do it anymore. Whatever you have to tell yourself to say, listen, I'm going to do whatever I have to do to get through this, but I'm going to come out on the other side shining. I'm going to come through this experience a better for it. And I'm going to put my, head down, and I'm just going to keep pushing through and embracing the suck. I'm not talking about an exit plan. I'm not talking about taking yourself out of the game. That does not help anything. It ends your story. Not a good thing. I understand, people are like, oh, you should show some compassion towards people who commit suicide. I feel compassion for those who are left behind after they commit suicide. I do also have compassion for those who feel so compelled and actually do it. But I'll never understand it. I will never understand it. I think it's a bad thing. I don't think we should encourage or say it's okay to do. I have to take a stand on it. Life is full of ups and downs, and granted, I have to say, in all of my challenges, I have been through some tough times in my life, and there have been times where I guess it has maybe crossed my mind, but I'm never ever taken it seriously, and nor would I ever encourage it. I'm really, honestly, you can hear how passionate I am about this. This is not about creating a permanent solution, because in life, there really is only one permanent solution, and that is when you die. I mean, it applies to all of us at one time, but I don't want to have a hand in that, and nor should you. Let whatever power that be, let them manage that. You're going to get through whatever you are going through. You will survive until you don't survive anymore. This is just the way it is, right? All things pass. The sun is always going to rise up, in the east and set in the west. There are certain things that we can expect, and we are born and we die, and the swift kick in the ass is that we die. And the swift kick in the ass, too, is to motivate us to live life to its fullest and get the most out of this life that we possibly can for as long as we can. I think that, when Tommy got sick with his brain tumor, he realized he was going to die and that he knew what was going to kill him. He really took steps to make the most out of the time that he had left. But why do we wait until we're sick? Now, Tommy wasn't waiting until he was sick. He was really getting the most out of his life. He was actually out running stairs and, out in Florida after work, enjoying the sunshine, enjoying the beach. Just, he loved that. That was a part of who Tommy was. And then that's when he started noticing, hey, you know what? I'm I'm almost tripping on these stairs. I don't have the, something's off. So, I guess you will know when you need to make a stand for yourself. And when the world is crashing, and say, for instance, like if I would have heard this back when Tommy was dying with brain cancer, or maybe after he had just died, when I was still in a period of mourning and grieving over the loss of my lifetime friend, I would have said, this is bullshit. I can't do that. I have to grieve. I have to feel sad for my friend who just lost his life. He was a big part of my life, and that, it feels like your world is just crashing. So I get it. I was not ready until I was ready. And you will be ready when you are ready to make whatever change you want, whenever you're ready to take a stand. And for me, it really was standing up to myself, and it was saying, hey, John, I've been watching you, and you're talking a real good game. You're talking about how you love music and you play guitar, and and you're into fitness and all this stuff. But fact is that I wasn't really all that serious about playing guitar. I wanted to learn. I had been trying to teach myself for years and years and years, and I was kind of fooling myself, thinking I could do it alone. I had to either, give up, or and let it go, or really make it happen. And I decided, say, what? I got to stop being the one who talks about doing it and be the one who just does it. It's kind of funny that when you do something nice, what do you do after you do something nice for people? Are you going out and telling people that you did something nice for somebody else? Like, are you broadcasting it and kind of like bragging? Oh, I helped a little old lady across the street today. Like you're getting points or something, and like people are going to see you differently because you helped this little old lady, or you did something really nice for somebody. Or are you just doing those things out of the kindness of your heart, and you're not looking for any type of reward? I have a couple of episodes back where I talk about the difference between being nice and being kind. And when you're being nice, there are strings attached and you want something out of it. When you're being kind, it's just out of the goodness of your heart. You want to do this because you want to do this. You know it's the right thing to do. So I think be kind to yourself and know when it's the right time to take action for whatever you're thinking you need to do to make your life better and more fulfilled. You have the key. You hear all this a lot about your in positive, creating positive change in your life, and especially when you're trying to recreate yourself. You talk about using your own resources, leveraging what you've got, using the key. And I say you have the key. You are the key. Your life is your day-to-day experience, not just your day-to-day experience, your minute, second by second experience. Every new second, you have a chance to take action. You have a chance to do something. This is now. Right here, right now. It's the only time you can take action. The past, it's gone. Can't do anything about it. Let it go. You could try to learn from it. It has limited value unless you have a same exact situation in the future. But, you can learn from your past, but I think we spend too much time thinking about the past or trying to think about the future and living for that future. Oh my gosh, I can't wait till that money comes in. I can't wait until, I'm rich. But you have no freaking plans to move forward. Yeah, I just called you out. I'm calling myself out. I had to start making plans, concrete plans to make things happen. Now, I will say that your planning is never going to stop. You're going to make a plan. You're going to follow through. You're going to complete the plan. You're going to pat yourself on the back and say, I'm so fucking great. This is awesome. And I'm awesome for this accomplishment. The more you do that, the more awesome you will feel, the more confidence you will gain, and you will do more and more and more and more. What does that mean? It means the challenges never end. We fool ourselves to think, I'm going to just keep working and working until I get that bill paid off, and then, you know what, life is going to be so much better and everything's going to change, and it's going to be roses and unicorns and rainbows and poop and lollipops. I don't know. It's not going to be like that. There's going to be another challenge that rises. You might not see it. It's out on the horizon. It's beyond your horizon, because there are so many things going on in this world. There's so much that we can do. There's so much we can learn from, learn. There's so many things to learn about. There's so many things to do. There's so many places to go. This world, the opportunities are really, you could spend your whole life trying to do them all. You can never do them all. I think it's impossible. But we have to limit ourselves, and within our limitations, create the best opportunities to get what we want. Because we have to learn how to work within certain parameters, and with so much going on around us, we have to make a choice to say, hey, I'm going to pay attention to this. Now, I know that this other crap is going on. I'm not a fool. I'm not an idiot. I know these things are going on. My hands are tied. I can't do anything about it. So you know what? Screw it. I'm not going to worry about things that I can't change. I'm going to acknowledge it face to face. I'm going to stand up to it face to face and say, listen, you know what? It sucks. I can't do anything about it, though, so I'm going to let you go. And a lot of the times, when you have recurring thoughts and, things that keep popping up in your head to say, you need to do this, when you stand up and you really confront things like that in your own mind, you gain a lot. It might not go away immediately, but when you start to recognize and start to acknowledge it, you start to learn what you need to do to get past. And I will tell you that in my journey to become a black belt, right before I became a black belt, I had been pushing myself pretty hard. And I'm in my 50s and, I have got old man hips. But I wanted to be a black belt. I wanted people to have respect for me, and I wanted to honor the belt, honor that privilege that I've earned. But I have old man hips, and I started developing a lot of pain in my hips because of it. So I went to the doctor. I went to a sports medicine doctor, and they had x-rays, and they said, you have deformed hips. You really should not be doing Taekwondo. Taekwondo is not the sport for you. And you know what? pissed me off, made me very angry, I walked away and I said, screw you. I'm not done. I'm not going to stop even when I become a black belt. I'm going to keep going as far as I can, because what are you supposed to do for bad hips? You're supposed to stretch. You're supposed to exercise. You're supposed to do everything that I'm doing almost on a daily basis with martial arts, because I am a martial artist. So, long story short is I had a lot of pain. Went to another doctor after seeing the first doctor to get a second opinion, and boy, am I glad I did. He said, John, your hips are deformed, but they're not all that bad. You have a lot of mileage left in your hips. I think I can give you a cortisone shot and give you some anti-inflammatory medicine, bring down the inflammation, get things moving again, and get you through physical therapy. And I think I can help you. And he did. And the therapist did. And the medicine did. And all the stretching I did. And keep going to Taekwondo and keep pushing myself. I knew better how to push myself and where not to push myself. So I learned through the experience. And today I'm happy to report that, yeah, I get some pain from being stiff, or it's not really pain, it's soreness. I have some soreness, but the pain is gone away. Do I have a different range of motion? Absolutely. Best I've ever had. Am I limited? Yes, my hips are limited. Am I learning to adapt and learning what I can and cannot do? Yes, on a daily basis. Aren't we all doing that? Whether you're a martial artist or whether you're just the average Joe or Jolene. You know, we are just going to live this life and learn and live our lives and learn and grow and love. And most of all, just breathe. You know, we're going to get through people calling us names, saying things about us that we don't like, and especially when they're true, and we don't want to face that, but people keep saying, you know, hey, you know what? You're an asshole. You know what? Maybe you should listen to these people. Maybe you shouldn't, and maybe it's okay, because no matter what, you're going to live on your terms, and you're not everyone's going to like it. In fact, I think this is probably a good place to end this discussion, but I think that's going to be my next episode is, you know, something like, you're an asshole, so what? Actually, I was going to put that in this title. Who am I kidding? Don't be an asshole. Keep listening. That was kind of a joke. Not really. Keep listening, please. Keep putting your comments in about the episodes. Keep spreading the word about, you know, give other people the gift of a swift kick in the ass. Because let's get people thinking. And I don't want to tell you what to do. That's not what this show is all about. This show is about opening your mind and getting you thinking about not only what life could be, but what life is right now. And then building a plan and taking action to get exactly where you want to be. Instead of all these other, you know, mothers. Boy, I would really drop the F-bomb a lot if I wanted to. But I think, you know, you could listen to other people and let them guide your life. You can listen to your boss and you can live your life as the perfect employee. Or you can say, fuck it. I'm living my life for me. And no one's going to ever take that away from me. I might be challenged right now. I might be in a situation that is extremely challenging and difficult. But you know what? I'm not a wallflower. I'm a pansy. I'm going to get through this. I'm sturdy. I'm going to weather the storm no matter what it is, and I'm going to get through it. You are going to get through this. All things pass. Creating positive change has been a lifelong obsession for me. I use it as I want to better my life. I want to live a better life than I have right now. Doesn't mean I don't love my life. I love my life. But I know it can be better. And I also know, too, that things change so much. So I want to be in control of my life and try to steer it in a direction of my choosing, rather than putting myself in a position to where someone else is making that call. Because in the end, I really don't care what other people say. I care what I say and and the names that I call myself. Because I want, and the people that I care about, and that the people that I really value their opinion, and people who know me, I do, and people that I love and care for, I do listen to you. I do care about each and every one of you, and I just want the best for you. I think that makes the world a better place. This is John Curran. This is a swift kick in the ass. Get thinking. Talk to you later. Peace.